My name is Lisa, and I love cooking. My kitchen has all kinds of wonderful molds for salmon mousse. It's got that bomb mold, a Mongolian fire pot. Food is like creativity and possibilities in life. When I buy food, I have to hang the bags from the chandeliers in order to keep the rats from getting to the food.
Some swamp thing is going to rise out of the basement because it's created a new life form down there.
Okay, so is this a keeper?
Yeah,
Are you gonna eat it?
I might. I have to see.
No, don't eat that, please don't eat
Why?
that.
It's delicious.
I can't
They're
believe you just did
covered
that. Ugh.
I just wanted to show you.
Oh, sweet Lord.
Hey, what's up, guys? Sean back, and today we got Hoarders, which, not my 600-pound life, not weight loss related, but kinda. She's a food hoarder, so I guess essentially you could say every person on my 600-pound life is a food hoarder. They just fail at the hoarding part because they eat it all. But yep, we got Lisa in Pennsylvania, and I did that Hoarders episode you guys seem to like. I had a lot of fun with it. And hopefully you guys will like this one, but this is Pennsylvania, I think. I think that's where Lisa is. And everyone said, you need to check out this one. And I remember like 2 years ago, I did a reaction video to this, and it was just a clip, like from a part of it. It was absolutely crazy. So today we're gonna just dive into it all and get a full feel for what her episode is, but let's give it a go. It's Virginia, not Pennsylvania.
My name is Lisa, and I love cooking.
Light the match. Nobody should be eating this food. You're gonna die in early. This is disgusting already, and we're just getting started.
My kitchen has all kinds of wonderful molds for salmon mousse. It's got that bomb mold, a Mongolian fire pot. Food is like creativity and possibilities in life. But
I figured it out. This lady's just trying to grow blue cheese, right? Because you need mold in that. So she's really just like making all these specimens and cultures. That's what she's going for.
I don't have a working refrigerator. When I buy food, I have to hang the bags from the chandeliers in order to keep the rats from getting to the food.
Oh, for the love of God, little Stewart has broke into our house. That's gross already because she's eating this food probably, right? She's not just hoarding it for funsies. She's got to be eating some of this friggin' stuff.
I'm Anna, and I'm Lisa's daughter. My mother's house, it just looks like something out of a horror movie, like an evil witch lives there.
Well, hi, Anna. Nice to meet you. Surprised you're still alive. Just saying. But yeah, you definitely had a rough couple years growing up if this was the situation she was living in.
Something out of a monster movie where some swamp thing is going to rise out of the basement because it's created a new life form down there. There's just food.
I'd be more worried about Master Splinter biting me on my nads or something while I was sleeping. But all right, we'll go with Swamp Thing. That's friggin' ice cream. That goes in the fridge, right? Freezer.
Food everywhere. It's as if somebody had just taken a municipal garbage dump and just dumped it into a house.
My daughter threatens me that everything could be condemned, that the house could fall in because I'm not doing enough to maintain it.
The neighborhood that she lives in is really beautiful. And then right in the middle of all of it is my mother's house.
Okay, if you're the neighbor to this house, how pissed off are you? Because I think you'd be pretty mad if you paid all this money for some house and you're living next to a lady that has like some kind of pet shop going on with mice running everywhere, eating everything. But it has to smell. That whole house would have to stink. Half the stuff in there's got to be rotten.
The neighbors are not happy with the house, and they have been calling the zoning board about the front yard. And it's a matter of time before one of them looks in the window and calls the fire department or the health department.
She's just going to say she's trying to make blue cheese, like I told you.
I've been living in this house about 30 years, but it was much different before.
The house that my mother currently lives in.
That's what she's growing all the vines for. She's trying to make baskets out of them. Are you supposed to use vines like that? Is that how that's supposed to work? I don't think so.
Is somewhere we moved when I was about 10 years old. And the house was spotless. Nobody had a house as clean as ours. So to go from that to
Shut
the
up. No
extreme
way.
of this just chaos, it's like a 180 flip.
He says hoarding developed over the years of a tumultuous and all right, her marriage sucked.
My father was an sociopath. And in a way, I always felt like it was like living with Jim Jones. He
I don't know who Jim Jones is, sorry.
didn't know how to have a relationship that wasn't based on fear and control.
Living with my husband was constantly up and down. You know, very good, very bad. I love you, I love you, I love you. Move out, I can't stand you.
Despite initially keeping a beautiful home, Lisa's husband convinced her that she was a slob to justify, his own behavior.
She was in so much anxiety and fear over him that what he said became reality.
All right. So if she's living in that kind of relationship and dealing with that on day to day, right? They have a word for it or something for it. I think it's called battered wife syndrome, where you just expect it. Like you think, okay, this is my norm. This is what I deserve. And you're afraid to get away from it because you just feel like that's how it's supposed to be. At least I think that's what it's called. Don't quote me on that.
She became a hoarder because he told her she was one, like a hypnotized person, carrying out exactly what he described.
Over time, Lisa's husband cut her off from all her interests and all connections to the outside world. That's what people like that do.
He didn't like me to do any artwork or any crafts, so that's why I channeled a lot of my creativity towards cooking.
She's trying to kill her husband. If this is the food she was feeding him, and I mean justified, if that guy's really as bad as they're saying, I probably would slide a little bit of mold into the mousse too, try to get him a little something, at least give the guy the runs, give him some eggs that have been sitting out for a couple months. I don't think that can end you, but I mean, would it be all that bad if it's that bad there?
She had enjoyed making recipes and then it just took this dark turn and just channeled all of her anger and rage into her cooking.
My daughter tried to convince me that the food I cooked was weird. No, I don't see what's weird about it.
I said I didn't want to eat anything with bugs in it, and she said we could make you some cookies and they'd have bugs. You wouldn't know till afterwards.
Actually shelf products there's like an amount of bugs per million particles or something that you're allowed to have. And I think the highest one is Fig Newtons. I think that's the one that has like the most little ant pieces or whatever in it.
Dried mealworm bodies ground up and you make cookies, which were very nice.
I felt that the food was poison, that she was like trying to make me ill. And she never would cop to the fact that there was an element of real torture about this. She'd tell me some food was one thing and it would be another. Oh, I made apple pie and it was like something made with raw chicken hearts.
How the hell do you confuse that for apple pie the second you took a bite? I would eat nothing this woman made. She's clearly very sick and just mentally not all there. But I don't think you really consider how that affects everyone else in the house when someone's like that. But I could see how she would get to this point based off what they're saying about the dad right now.
She said I shouldn't cook. And she encouraged me to do more painting and give up cooking completely.
Final straw for me was coming home from school and just going to make butter and toast. And I opened the refrigerator and I opened the butter container, and where the butter is supposed to be is a dead, dehydrated squirrel that's looking up at me like this.
In the butter dish? No, that's diabolical. Because she wouldn't know that you eat butter and toast if you're her kid and you come home from school and do that on the daily. So she shoves a squirrel in there just to give you a jump scare. So you come home for some toast, not expecting squirrel. A squirrel actually tastes good, all right? It's not bad. Don't knock it till you try it, but...
After the squirrel in the butter dish incident, which really was very traumatic for me, I stopped eating at home.
Already messy, the house fell into chaos after Lisa became chronically ill from venereal disease.
My husband had tried to keep me from going to the doctor because I would have found out, so it got worse. And then cervical cancer developed.
Oh, that's so sad. Because that she wanted to go to the doctor and he was just like, no, you can't go. So you feed me mold for a meal, I'm going to give you the good old pump and dump with the rotten rod.
Things had started piling up as she got ill. And then when she had the cancer, she had this nervous breakdown because he left. And by that time, he had isolated her from friends, from hobbies, from school, from a career. So losing the marriage, it was the only thing she really had left. And she started to lose her grip on the house.
Even though Lisa's ex-husband is now deceased, the past, still terrorizes her.
All the depression and misery and anger inside her was displayed in the house.
I had gone through so much, I had cried so much, and I'd gone into a frozen state.
She's lost.
It's always so crazy to me how stuff like that manifests into different areas of your life. If you're just going through a rough time, like everybody goes through rough times, but some people take it and just it pushes them in a totally different direction. But tough times don't last. Tough people do. You're still here. He's not. So she obviously battled the cancer and won. So good for her.
Lost contact with reality. Eventually, she'll make some heinous mistake and eat something that expired 3 years ago. I feel like it's a game of Russian roulette.
I mean, kinda. She's really playing with her life. But at this point, the lady's a freaking petri dish of all the stuff she's ate. So we could probably just drop her behind enemy lines and she would like poison everybody else around her. Her sweat is probably poisonous if this is the stuff she's eating. Dehydrated squirrel in the butter dish. You just invented a new because it wasn't bats and chickens in China. I don't know what caused the last one, but it could have been this friggin' woman right here.
I can't prepare food myself because even just coming out of a refrigerator and watching the cooking process brings back so many bad memories. My mother's house.
Yeah, every time this woman goes for a piece of toast, she's going to see a squirrel with its legs up, staring back at her. So I could imagine that having chicken heart apple pie would scar a child, right?
I start to literally have almost hallucinations that there's bugs and dead squirrels in any food.
Faced with losing her house, she's agreed to seek help from a therapist for her food hoarding problem.
Hi, Lisa. Mark.
Come on in, buddy. It's mealtime. I made you apple pie. But who knows? He goes in here and goes American pie on the apple pie. That would be a crazy episode. Let's get that one.
Pfeffer.
Hello.
Nice meeting you. Can I come in?
I guess.
Come on in, Pied
My
Piper.
name is Mark Pfeffer. I'm a licensed psychotherapist and specialist in the treatment of compulsive hoarding. Okay.
Something in me is telling me that lunchbox sitting there is worth a lot of money because some of them old ones that have been sitting around are worth bread.
Now, can you get in there a little bit further so I could actually get my head in?
That's what she said.
Okay. Is that you I'm hitting?
Yes. I can't move anymore.
Also what she said. Also what she said. I'm sorry. All of those lined up too well. I could not say it.
Lisa's desire to become a great cook really was to have some distraction from a very unfulfilling life. Ironically, it became the subject and the target of her hoarding.
I mean, she's a 5-star general of death right now. Michelin star, got nothing on her. This woman will mold you to death if you eat her friggin' food.
You have a lot of food items here that may not be, are going to be used. That's what we want to have to change so you could have that passion. Lisa's passion for her food initially was very exciting and productive part of her life. As with any
This isn't passion. This is 100% pain. This woman is letting all her pain out in these ways, and it's getting really hard to watch. Like, I thought it was funny at first, and now it's starting to feel almost painful to see her suffering this much.
Any hoarder, it became an issue because the collection got out of hand. I noticed coming upstairs that there's also food stored up here. Either pockets of food or hanging or a cereal box or things.
Yes.
Is there any vision that you could have of having some space to be, have a quality of life?
I don't see a life.
Well, I'm seeing you right now. You're talking to me.
Terrible to hear. Like the thing I hate most when I watch these shows with people going through something like this is people's lack of self-worth, because I just wish everybody was so much more confident in themselves, because of course the world's designed to tear you down. People go through stuff on a daily, but you really have to think highly of yourself, and I feel like it manifests into a certain way that just makes your life go in a much better way if you think highly of yourself.
Living right this moment. Are you telling me that you feel you won't have a life after we're done?
Basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Compulsive hoarders do not see any gray areas. So Lisa's attempt to claim that life will cease as soon as she loses her possessions is really her only way of becoming numb to the feelings of losing her possessions.
They're not possessions. They're just food. I understand to her, she sees those as possessions. Like it's something that she has after her husband took away art, anything she liked. Like she lost a lot, and then she lost the husband, and he doesn't even seem like a nice guy or anything, but I think she's kind of grieving that in a way. I don't know. I'm just a fifth grade peer mediator, but this is my initial thoughts.
People commit and say that I can't see another way out.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a and I don't see another way out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some
Oh
people
my
die
God.
when they lose everything.
Mm-hmm. And that's how you're thinking right now you may feel.
I may die, you know.
Mm-hmm. My concern about Lisa moving forward is that she refuses to have a vision for her own life. That the cleanup process feels to her as if she's going before a firing squad.
There's always a way out. There's always something good about a situation. Even if it looks this bad, there's some kind of silver lining. Like this woman will never get an upset stomach. I don't think you can give her food poisoning at this point. She could go to a restaurant. They could feed her 50-day-old salmon that's been baking in the sun and is rotten, and she's going to walk out of there totally fine. She's not even going to have to hit the friggin' toilet.
I left home when I was young, and I haven't been back in 20 years. Part of that was not wanting to see the house and just get mad at my mom all over again. And no.
Did you pack a bag? Pack yourself some lunch for later? I would hope not, honestly. But getting out of a bad situation, a lot of kids try to run from what kind of haunts them. Like I said, you don't think about the other people who are affected by somebody else that's clearly mentally ill.
Knowing that if I saw it, she wouldn't let me do anything about it.
Facing the possibility of her home being condemned, finally agreed to get help for her hoarding.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, you boys are in for a treat. I made cookies.
My name is Matt Paxton. I'm an extreme cleaning specialist. This is going to be a tough one because everything in this house matters so much to you. This is a great opportunity to work on your mind and your home. All right, let's do it.
That is what they say, though, right? Messy home. Like, if your house gets messy, it's because you're cluttered up here. It almost like reflects. With Anna's boyfriend Richie assisting him, Matt starts the day focusing on the kitchen. Fun. What even is that? What was that initially, right? It had to be friggin' night crawlers she was putting in the cookies.
Pineapple.
The dried pineapple.
It is dried pineapple.
Oh.
You're right.
That's meant to be good, right?
Man.
Yeah. Let's have a bit.
What pineapple? From her husband's friggin' swinger club? If you know, you know. That little pineapple means some things in some certain circles.
The rats have been eating here and hanging out because they're eating and they're bigger. And so they're everywhere, man.
I'm totally thankful for the mask, actually.
Jesus.
You did that bad, huh?
Yeah, get a good whiff on that.
Yeah.
That's not good. Oh. The kitchen was disgusting. I have found.
You know how some people buy smelling salts? She probably has some kind of business opportunity here where she just packages up some of this stuff and the smell just snaps you right. People could be like getting ready to work out, right? Get after it. Open up some Lisa's pineapple.
Smells that I've never smelled before in my entire life.
Quick whiff. Yeah.
The chicken bones were disgusting. They were dry bones, but they were sweating and they smelled like sugar and butt. Oh.
Sugar and butt. What are you sniffing, buddy? What are you doing in your free time? Spreading some caramel on some cheeks? Well, I guess he is the cleaning guy. Imagine that's what gets him going, dumping caramel and having to clean it off the sheets, huh? Or he's with his wife at home. We have to clean first, and then he gets going. He's all ready to go. He's like, they call me the Duster Buster.
Oh my God.
I'm getting that. That stink.
There's a lot of food in this kitchen, and the rats are not staying. They're dying.
We have a rat.
It's our first flattened rat.
I smell a rat. Is there a date on him?
No date on them.
It's like a scene from an old horror movie.
And that means the rat ate something bad.
That's food. But imagine the rats are dying from the stuff she's eating. Rats don't die from bad food, okay? So this woman is kind of a medical marvel. We need to like examine her and figure out what the hell is going on in her stomach. She's probably could make some crazy probiotic or something off of what she's ate. You know what I'm saying?
And died.
It sort of reminds me of a chainsaw massacre in a way, when they enter this house full of bones and gore.
Meanwhile, on the porch, Mark, Pfeffer helps Lisa sift through bags of trash brought through the house.
The first bag I have here happens to be a bag of cans. Well, what's your thoughts about the cans?
Oh, I see potential in everything.
Right.
So
What would that potential be?
Wind chime, baby. We're making wind chimes. Another business opportunity.
there are lots of things you can do with tin snips to create flowers.
Because of Lisa's intelligence and creativity, Lisa's taken the infrastructure, if you will, of a hoarder, the multi-purpose, repurpose use of an item, and taken it to a whole other level. Well, you said you see potential in everything except for yourself.
Always see more potential in yourself, but I see some potential here. I'm telling you, chicken bones and Coke cans, wind chimes, that could be a business model right there.
Well, I'm too old for potential anymore.
Really?
Come on. I hate
So
this.
this can, theoretically then, would have more potential than you.
It's very hard to listen to this. To hear my own mother say that there's more potential in something that's trash than there is in her, that's an incredible.
It would have to be. Like, you think highly of your parents, right? I've been to some dark places and thought some terrible things about myself before, and that's why I always preach thinking highly of yourself. But I never thought I was totally worthless. I thought I was just hibernating to wait to figure out my purpose in life, because I didn't think I had one for the longest time or could do anything to help anybody in the world. But I do think that this woman has much more potential than that, and she definitely has to get over that line of thinking.
Incredibly painful thing to hear from my own mom. I really did my best to be there for my mom, but what comes out of her mouth, it makes me very upset. Angry, frustrated, sad, all at once.
This poor daughter, man. I'm telling you, the people you don't think about are affected also. Incapable of throwing anything away on the porch, Lisa insists on returning to see what's happening in the
fridge
kitchen.
real quick with me?
Yes.
Look at all the bug larvae.
This is seasoning. So
yeah, but
it's not
maggot
going
larvae
to.
are not seasoning. See all those?
It is if you're eating rotten rat for dinner and you just threw away dinner, buddy. You're in the shit house. I'm going to give you an apple pie.
Little eggs.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
those are all larvae.
yes, I know.
Even the bugs died off and said, screw it, this is gross, we're out of here. I would really encourage you not to keep those things. I think they're really gross
I don't
and
think
dangerous.
I don't think they're gross or dangerous.
You don't think they're dangerous?
No.
Oh my God, there's no bugs flying around this place. It's that bad that the bugs moved out. Her food is that bad, and she's like a 5-star chef is what she thinks. Wow.
I don't eat hot pepper sauce. It was for my husband, not for me. So
Now, when did your husband leave?
you know,
20 years ago, right?
I know.
What is
Should have sprinkled that hot pepper sauce in his condom because he was trying to let you burn.
that?
I don't know, dried food of some kind. There you go.
Yeah. So that
Ah, the avocado.
was a food of, of some kind.
Of course, because it's in a ball jar.
Yeah. And it's got larvae all on the inside.
Yeah. Then you wash it out, and they're all good. They're gone, and there's a nice jar.
I would not want to eat out of this, you know that, right? I mean,
I wouldn't even let that thing be a ball jar, literally. That thing is disgusting.
picky, but this is mentally probably the most challenged hoarder I've ever worked with. She is so sick.
She's going through it, that's for sure. Your heart has to go out to her and her family, though. Like, it's fascinating to see. At the same time, you just want to help her in some way because she sees no value in herself, and it's terrible. With Lisa slowing down the cleanup, Matt has called Richie back into the kitchen. All right, work with him alone.
Oh, maggots. So you got big maggots. You got little maggots. It's not what I thought it was, but let's get into it. It's not poop.
I don't know how much more I can stay, and I'm starting to feel a bit sick.
Are you really? Want to see this? Oh. Ugh.
What the hell is that, a frog? This lady's playing Frogger with her stomach? This is wild, man. How is she alive? She's a marvel, I'm telling you.
I can't feel sick. I need to just step out. So is that all right?
She 100% caught a frog and kept it for dinner. Oh my God.
But this isn't.
Oh, that's horrible.
Sack up and take a sip, buddy. It ain't that bad. It's good for your stomach. Dinner. Cheerio. To keep day 2 of the cleanup moving, Matt decides to keep Lisa out of the kitchen. Probably a good idea. We'd get nothing done. This woman would just be cooking up a storm for everybody here.
Those bowls held a bag of sugar.
Yeah, they showed me the sugar and I threw it away because it had mice in it. Mice poop.
It had mice in the sugar.
They'd eaten through
And I thought I had.
They got into it.
Yeah, you pick the mice out, you keep it going, Duster Buster. Why are you throwing away my sugar and butt concoction that gets you going at home?
How to downsize? Are you trying to downsize?
It's in the back of my mind.
Okay.
That's why we're
That's
talking.
good.
Oh, and the craft, of course. I need that. What?
Your wife said something about downsizing. Sorry, it was too easy, man. They're walking into these ones.
What was there?
It was probably some type of liquid jar that got crushed by all the weight
By what weight?
of the 3 tons of trash on top of it.
And rats.
Do you ever just get to a point where you just give up because there's just so much stuff?
Not because there's so much stuff. I'm frozen. It's not.
Yeah, I'm starting to get frozen in this room. We've been working for an hour and I don't feel like we even made a dent.
I think she's 100% given up on herself or any hope for a life of normalcy. That's what's hard to watch. Keeping tangerine peels, no sane person's going to be doing this.
Tell me what your intention would be for these items.
The radiator heats up and they release the fragrance like a potpourri.
Lisa has this ability to make any possession into a piece of art that's beautiful.
I like the
Beautiful. Potpourri. This is poison. This is what killed little Stuart when he broke into our house. I know why there's no rats and bugs. It's radiator tangerine sun she made for potpourri.
this abundant spread.
There's a variety of abundant spreads.
That's what I like. That's
Right.
what makes me happy.
Right. But it resulted in a house that you cannot
Use.
Yes. So I'm asking you to use this as an example of feeling that grief and loss, about parting with some of these items and making the decision anyway. Tell us the percent of this you would want or you would agree to let go, and we would just respect that.
25%.
25%.
You want to keep 75% of this stuff? Probably just the food, but you have to understand, I don't think this woman knows how to deal with a single emotion, because if her husband was the way they're saying he was, that means that if she showed emotion, he was just going to twist it and make it into something. He called her a slob when her house was supposedly clean. Like, people like that are just mentally trying to mess with you. They're not trying to build you up and be a team and be a marriage, anything like that. They're trying to tear you down and just make you the most miserable person they possibly can.
Percent to keep?
To let go.
Okay.
It's fine.
That's
Take
fine.
it.
That's the decision. What are you feeling right now?
Sadness.
Yes. She really is not successfully processing the rationale for discarding items at this point. Is there any part of you, Lisa, that could see the benefit of doing this?
No.
So you can breathe, okay? I mean, I know she's mad about the booty sugar. That other guy stole it and put it in his truck, but yeah, she obviously needs to get rid of all this stuff. She probably needs way more help than just cleaning.
She still does not value her own potential. Rather, she values the potentials of the objects she owns.
Oh my God.
And what is the sadness really about when you're putting that item in the trash? What is the sad part of it? That you won't see it again?
Yes, the loss.
Mm-hmm.
The loss.
Is it a very, very high level of sadness?
I don't do levels very well. I don't know.
Well, I assume it's not low.
And then also, you've got the daughter who's mourning the loss of her mother because you're more worried about this stuff than a relationship with her. Because didn't she say she hadn't talked to her in a lot of years because she just kind of ran the second she got out of there and didn't have to eat rat soup. But meanwhile, in the kitchen, Matt is making more revolting discoveries. What'd you find? The crotch cornmeal?
It's not even like eaten, it's just fossilized.
It's a sourdough starter. Get over yourself. You gonna steal this too, booty sugar?
Lisa,
Yes?
just out of curiosity, do you know what this is?
Have to see it closer up.
I'm gonna bring it up to you. We're just curious.
Now,
It's
did I
old-
say what it is?
We don't have a clue. It's an old peanut butter jar.
Yes,
But you've
I
put
put
contact paper on
yes,
it.
right.
Is this a keeper?
Yeah.
Are you gonna eat it?
It's cream of roach. Nobody can eat this. It's disgusting. This woman's a miracle. I'm telling you, shouldn't be alive.
And I might.
No, don't eat that. Please don't eat that. Okay, so is this a keeper?
Yeah.
Are you gonna eat it?
I might. I have to see.
No, don't eat that. Please don't eat
Why?
that.
It's delicious.
I can't
They're
believe you just did that.
covered
Ugh.
I just wanted to show you.
Oh, sweet Lord.
This woman has got, like, I want to, like, she's somebody's freaking science project at this point.
Why?
Why?
It's a candy.
It
It's
ain't
a candy.
candy.
It
It's
is
trash.
candy. It's not trash.
Oh.
It's,
What do
it's
you
very
think?
tasty.
See,
I
Matt's
have never
speechless, but
run
you've
out of
accomplished
words in
that.
my life. I don't know what to say. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I am shocked. I have no words.
Perhaps he's meant to.
She's a my 600-pound life contestant, trapped in a skinny body, because I think that's the only people I could see eating every bite off of everything.
His match.
I have. I cannot believe that this lady ate this black tar from 25 years ago. She's just chomping away on it, and she's got a smile on her face.
It's even tastier with cream cheese.
Let's get the spoons.
Believe it, buddy. Just like you got that sugar cookie off your wife's snatch. Rat dog. Nearly the end of the day, Anna and Richie arrive, see the result.
This could be a before. I mean, this is so disgusting.
Okay, was she not here at the start of this thing? Because the before is so much worse than this. But now, I still don't think it's livable. We got to condemn this. This woman needs serious help. All jokes aside, she needs serious help.
This could be the house we come in to fix rather than the aftershot, you know? I feel like I've let go of the thought of her as basically a normal person with a problem, and now I think the problem is taken over so much of her life.
She's a normal person. A broken clock's right twice a day, right? She's broken as a human being. There's some kind of beauty in realizing that you're broken and need help, okay? She definitely needs help. Hopefully she can get it, but everybody's going through something. This woman is not okay. She's like some kind of crossword puzzle in her head, right? But she doesn't have the words to answer any of it. She just knows that something's not right up there, but she doesn't know how to even go about starting.
And the space in her brain. And that's very sad.
Yeah.
That's incredibly sad to realize.
Where do you go from here?
I'm really scared that she's going to die before she gets help.
The reality is, we do need to call APS.
Yeah.
It's a fact. It is the right thing to do.
I don't think she's going to be too happy about it, but yes, APS probably needs called, okay? Because it's just going to start up all over again. Watching her eat that should have definitely sold to you that this isn't going to get any better.
Anna knows that. I know that. Everyone knows it. The woman is sick, period. She's extremely sick.
If she thinks in any way that I've been involved in calling APS.
Anne is afraid to call Adult Protective Services because she fears being alienated from her mother for the rest of her life.
Mad at you for a moment, but not gone, okay? Like, I know that that's a definite rough call, okay? If my mom was living like this, I'd make that call. And I wouldn't care how mad she was, because I would know that I'm doing something in the long run that's going to be good for her. But I understand her hesitation and kind of not wanting to.
Well, you don't have to call APS.
We are proud to.
Matt and Mark reassure Anna they will make the call, but still have to tell Lisa about. You have to tell her?
I feel that there's substantial resources needed to get you the help required to be unfrozen and to live a safer life. I need to get help from local authorities to get the resources involved. That includes calling APS, Adult Protective.
I didn't think it worked like that. I thought like the cops just showed up and went, surprise, senior home, and took her in and helped her. But I guess having a talk with her would be the right way to go about it.
Protective Services.
No,
And that's a good thing, not a bad thing.
No, it's not a good thing.
Also, senior homes, like, okay, my grandma's husband, when he went to one, I went in there, hell on earth. Couldn't even get a nurse. The second I saw how it was and my grandma saw how it was, had to get him the hell out of there, okay? It's just some senior homes, do your research. Make sure it's a decent home. It was like 90 degrees in there. Everybody was just miserable. They were all yelling. The nurses weren't helping them. It was crazy.
We want you to be safe. We don't feel that you're safe here.
You know, when the phone rings, I expect to be getting a call that your body's been found. And that's how I expect to have my mother die, and it's not what I want.
Can I ask for a couple months reprieve before you do this?
No.
Why
Because
not?
in the meantime, somebody else will call. You come to them first voluntarily, they treat you very differently than if somebody else turns you in. Because they
That's probably true, but also the fear of a reprieve would be that you make a permanent decision as to not go into the help and the assisting you need, right? So you just have those couple months and then you make a terrible choice because you don't see any value in yourself and you feel like you're losing everything. That would be the ultimate, just worst case scenario.
will. They've been circling around like sharks.
I don't see another way out.
Defeated and exhausted, Lita lets her final hours of cleanup go on around her. Oh, you guys need to put lock and chain on this thing. If somebody finds this fridge at the dump, decides to open it, you might have to go to jail for murder at that point, buddy. You can't just throw that thing away. You got to burn it in hellfire.
I'm resigned to having all those people in the house. I'm just sat on the porch and let them do whatever they wanted to do.
Lisa is finally accepting what needs to be done, but my sense is that she will continue to hoard items for the rest of her life.
I don't think she'll ever recover in her lifetime. I think I have to sort of say goodbye to the hope that I'm going to see my mother again. I feel like I'm dealing with the death of a parent because it's the death of the possibility of having her back, of having somebody who's sane again in my life.
Where did the poster go? Where did the cover go? A whole bunch of things missing.
It's a horrible feeling. It really is. It's better to have the realization than continue an illusion, but it still really is very painful. It's going to take me a long time to accept this.
Where did the poster go?
I mean, it's heartbreaking to see, right? Because you hope for the happy ending. You want to see her in a better place, but she was not going to get there on her own. Doing what you did is probably the best call. I'm glad I saw like the full context of this episode because like I said, years ago I saw the clip of her eating the rotten food. And I made a video to it way back then because I did Hoarders a little bit at first when I started the channel. And it was just like, wow, this woman is not okay. But at that point, it was somewhat funny because I didn't realize that it had got to the point where it got. So now I just feel kind of sad for her, feel sad for the daughter, but you didn't lose her. She's still your mother. You still get to have a relationship with her and hopefully more of one now because she's going to go to a better environment and she'll be in a better place. But mentally, I mean, it gets tricky whenever you're talking about somebody that's going through just so much in her past with her husband, the way he treated her, and then she went through a cancer diagnosis. Like, she's been through the ringer. And I mean, she came out the other end a little worse for wear, but sometimes the best things are the antique things, right? You come out worse for wear, but you got character at that point. You're your own person. You just have to figure out who that is. Think highly of yourself. I really hated seeing her say she was worth less than a can. That's probably one of the saddest things ever. But all right, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about this one, because I'm curious. Am I just way off? Am I, I like reading the comments. I like seeing where you guys are at. But I got 5 minutes to be out the door for a little girl's soccer game. So, yep, leave a comment, leave a like. See y'all later. Bye.